at 3 here. For his career, 68%. Nope, first one does not go. Second one's no good. One more coming. Missed the third one. 0 for 3 on this trip. James, that's off the side of the rim, short. It was right there. LeBron into the front court. It's an 11-point game. To Caldwell Pope. Down for McGee. Rozier into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Screen coming. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
To James. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
LeBron James at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. Off the mark on the first free throw. Missed the second as well. To Marcus Smart. To Horford. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. James to Caldwell Pope. That's out. Last touch by Al Horford. And a pass stolen by Boston. To Marcus Smart. Horford. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Across the timeline comes James. Lead stands at 10. To Caldwell Pope. Five to shoot for Los Angeles. James to Ball. The jumper's off the mark. Rozier with it. They find themselves down 10. There it is, Al Horford. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
JaVale McGee, huge block. That's his 3rd block this evening. Rozier.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
LeBron with it up top. It's an 8-point lead. To Stevenson. That's what you come to expect. Your best players making baskets.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
New blood coming in for both sides. Hayward. Oh, that's how it's done.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
James into the front court. His team up by 7. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
LeBron James, a couple of free throws on the way. He's struggled so far. First free throw is good. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. To Irving. Can't connect from in close. Los Angeles, they have it to Ball. To James. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Here comes the screen. Irving to Horford. LeBron James rejects it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jack.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
LeBron James has got 2 shots coming. He's shooting 40% in this one. Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Tatum. They have to keep him in their grasp.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Oh, Lonzo Ball. 2 of 4 now. Deep 3 at the buzzer. So the 2 teams will head to the locker room as we reach the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Irving goes to the left side. Tatum. They need something to go down. It's no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To James. No good. Kyrie across the timeline. His guy's down 11. A drive by Brown, but he can't finish. To James. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
LeBron James at the line for 2 shots. His percentage right now, 57%. First one, counted. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Ball's controlled by Boston. To Marcus Morris. Probing the defense. Here comes the screen. Irving to Marcus Morris. Missed it. How'd that not go down? James. And look out.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Marcus Morris. For three. Contested shot. Marcus Morris can't hit.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
James. Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it. To Jaylen Brown. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Ball brings the rock up court. Ah, the monster stuff.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Irving. Work it down to Brown with a drop step. The pass set it all up.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Ball to James. Defense making the ball handler work. JaVale McGee. Irving with the basketball. Down by 15. Fires the three. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Al Horford going to the line to shoot 2.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Missed the second. 0 for 2. LeBron into the front court. His guys up by 15. Drives, but a shot won't go down. To Jaylen Brown. Oh, you've got to get that one to go. LeBron into the front court. He'll run the offense. From long range. That's good D. Shot no good. Into the front court, it's Irving. Trailing by 15. Nice pass to set things up. And he throws it down. Al Horford showing off all the moves. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
A lot of contact. Shots no good, and no foul.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Irving to Marcus Smart. Kyrie. Deep 2 there, won't go.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Off the mark. Nothing's going to stop him in pursuit of the basketball. Lets it fly from long range. Not going down here. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
That ends the 3rd quarter with the Lakers in command. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the 4th quarter. They have clearly been the better side so far. Jay, that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Well, the cardinal rule in the game of sport is whenever you go into the 4th quarter, it's 0-0. You have to play the game with the scoreboard saying 0-0. And if you can win that game by double digits, then you've done your job in the 4th.
Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Around the perimeter, JaVale McGee to Ball. Here's a chance from long range, and the rebound comes down to Brown. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
So good to see one of Jersey's finest, Kyrie Irving, back on the court and driving with no issues on that knee. He only played 60 games last year, and he missed the entire Celtics postseason run. You can only imagine what this team would have done if he were healthy and they had Gordon Hayward.
James to Kyle Kuzma. James smothering D.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Defense all over Rozier. Can't connect. To James. Shot from the lane won't go. Brown with it up top. The margin standing now at 7. Throws it down. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
It's James controlling the offense. He can't get past the defender. 3-second count. Opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own. To Marcus Smart. Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go. Another follow, still no good. Old school, backs his man down for the basket.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Going to launch beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Lonzo with it. Up 5. To James. And he'll go to the foul line.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Irving into the front court. The deficit is 6. Tatum buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. To James. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
LeBron James. Couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 63% in this contest. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Here's Irving into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. To Marcus Morris. Beyond the arc for 3. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch. But great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Nothing going here on that drive. Celtics able to clear the board. Boston with the basketball. Irving buries the three. He's too good to leave that open.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Kyrie across the timeline. Leads a bucket. Here comes the screen. Irving. Tatum. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Across the timeline comes James. Looking to make something happen. Al Horford pins it. Fourth this contest.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Ball. Off the assist.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Irving with the basketball. All even here in the fourth. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Irving to Jaylen Brown. Fires the three. Buries the trifecta. Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a three. Time for some new personnel into the game. James hits the trifecta.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Here comes the screen. Deep three at the buzzer. Reggie Bullock sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
No time left on this period. We have a tie ball game. Let's do it. Overtime is underway. Ball to Kyle Kuzma. Here comes the screen. Kuzma. Marcus Morris sends it away.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply. He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Irving. Tatum. Missed it. To Ball. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out. Gets it in the left corner. James gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout. Jay, what makes LeBron so special on the offensive end?
Well, first and foremost, look at that frame. 6'9", 265 pounds with the agilities of a guard. He can blow by you. If he dips that shoulder, there's no way. There is nobody in the NBA that can guard that man one-on-one.
And he connects on the first free throw. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Lakers ball. Looking to take this all the way. James. To Ball. Driving right to the basket. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You're always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Ball with it up top. Lead is 2. Nothing going here on that drive. That's out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Ball into the front court. 2-point advantage. To Kyle Kuzma. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Tough make through traffic.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
James, down for McGee. And the basket good at the rim.
Contact on the drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Irving to Horford. Irving goes to the left side. Lays it up and in.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Deep left corner. Irving to Horford. LeBron James snatching it out of the air.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Lonzo Ball. 4 out of 7.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Irving to Hayward. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First try, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Irving to Jaylen Brown. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He buries it.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide-open 3.
LeBron with it up top. Up by 6. Here comes the screen. Here's LeBron for 2. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Lakers at the controls right now. James to Ball. Works it. From the painted area, won't go down. Into the front court, it's Irving. Down 4. For 3, message received. Well defended. It's James. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Play is stopped. Timeout Boston, as they'll want to make sure everyone's on the same page here in this overtime. Deep three at the buzzer. The Lakers get the victory. They've moved ahead 2-1 in this best-of-7 series. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Wait, baby girl, what you doing? What's your name? I ain't play no games. See these diamonds in my chain. Yeah, I took it to the and she for the fame. So I in my range. Ooh, get that money to the top, never stop. That work, ooh, but I'm the man. Cuban diamonds dance. Had the friend, I might put it on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Wait, baby, wait. Hop up in this race. No, this not a date. This a cruise, but don't debate. Wait, it's getting late. Think it's past 8. Took to my place, baby. Be like some. Wait, call Jake. Think I need that. The face. I need to take a break. Wait, but don't be cool. Money stupid blue. Boyfriend is a fool. I'm trying to make you comfortable. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might.
Somebody pop on Jay. Hold up. Somebody on their way. Hold up. I would've grown up.
Get back.
Right now, Sam.
24 hours, cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detector. Don't lie, lie, lie. Cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detector. Don't lie, lie, lie. No, 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 no. I ain't got no tickets to the show. You should call the fire marshal, cause I want all the. Hello? Dial 911. No time for the fakers. Courtside at the Lakers. She said 20.
This is the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team getting set to match up with a very formidable opponent. Alongside Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, this crowd is hyped, and you look at their guys coming in, they appear to be fired up and ready to go. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be a good one.
And the big thing here was getting that all-important split on the road. Now they come home with home court advantage. and an opportunity to move ahead in this series if they can take care of business in Game 3.
The pass set it all up.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
James. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. LeBron James missed his first. That one goes.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
JaVale McGee tips it. And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's going to get 3 shots here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Knocks down the second free throw. Almost settles for a 2-3 trip. It's James controlling the offense. Probing the defense. Almost, and he's not getting the call.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Knocked loose. Leonard. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay, but you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Ball. Out of bounds. Last touch by Brandon Ingram. Toronto has the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw. LeBron James at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 73%. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Leads just a point. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Lowry to Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
To Caldwell Pope. To Kyle Kuzma. Cruises inside for 2.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Lowry into the front court. Leads 3. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Here comes the screen. From long range, his first effort off the mark. Kyle Kuzma. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
To Leonard. To Danny Green. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. LeBron James pins it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by LeBron James. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 3 for 4. Good start.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
He can't get past the defender. Kawhi Leonard with a piece. That'll get out off the Raptors. Hart. To Stevenson. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't force those. Stevenson misses. Leonard to Van Vliet. LeBron James.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Lowry to Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll try to hammer out a play to wrap up the quarter. Luke Walton switching things up. He's got some new players out there. 17-footer at the buzzer, and he can't connect there. Shot no good. Horn sounds, ending the first quarter of play. Jay, 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
Pascal Siakam snatching it out of the air.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
He gets it.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Lakers ball. Stevenson to James. Surveys the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. Going to launch beyond the arc. Knocks it down.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
LeBron into the front court. They find themselves down 10. LeBron James. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
all by himself. Creates his own shot there.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Serge Ibaka slams it down.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. LeBron James with the rock. To Stevenson. Fine to shoot. 24-second violation. New blood coming in for both sides. Lowry into the front court. The lead stands at 10. To Gasol. Has a chance. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. James into the front court. He'll run the offense. 4-3. It's rebounded by Gasol. Fred VanVleet. JaVale McGee. Huge block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Kuzma over to the right side. Baseline drive. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Here comes the screen. Lowry to Leonard. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
The free throw, good. Cashes in on the three-point play. The lead now stands at 10. Across the timeline comes James. Looking to make something happen. And the finish at the rim.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Here comes the screen. JaVale McGee able to recover with the block. From the outside, no good. LeBron into the front court. Down 8. Lowry with it. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Ball with it up top. Final minute, first half. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Shot from the lane won't go. LeBron with it up top. Now down 6. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Here comes the screen. Lowry. Ibaka. Serge Ibaka. He's 2 for 2 now.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. So the two teams will head to the locker room as we reach the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Kyle Lowry with the rock. Nothing going here on that drive. Almost unlucky bounce.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
To James. It's a big finish.
I see this happen so much in the game. Just because a guy beats you off the dribble doesn't mean that you need to quit on the play. Stay in there, continue to be physical, even if you're behind the play.
Big finish at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
LeBron into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Can't get past the defender. Marc Gasol rejects it. That'll get out off the Raptors. Ball. With a drop step. Can't miss those. Throws it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Proud City.
Add 2 points to the board.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
I got ball.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Lakers at the controls right now. Stuffs it down with authority. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Screen coming. Lowry to Leonard. And scores. Strong take.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Kawhi Leonard has got 2 shots coming, shooting 80% in this contest. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. James into the front court. The deficit now up to 12. Got toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
JaVale McGee with the block. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by JaVale McGee. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out. Across the timeline comes James. His guys trail by 10. The follow won't go either. Fred VanVleet to Leonard. Curling inside. LeBron James swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Sizing up the defense. Leonard. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
There's only so many times you can hide from the truth. That was horrific defense. Just got to get it back on the next possession.
James. Oh, that's 3 seconds. Changes coming from both sides right now. Leonard. James. Deep two there, won't go.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Gasol, and they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Leonard. Missed it. And finishes strong. Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. The Raptors have the lead. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the 4th quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Luke Walton making some changes on the court. It's Lakers ball as we start the 4th quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Here comes the screen. Leonard, they work it down to Gasol and throws it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Leonard. Pascal Siakam, strong finish.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Leonard to Gasol. Los Angeles, they have it. James to Josh Hart. Lonzo Ball. Not that time. He misses. Leonard. to Van Vliet. Leonard to Gasol. From the painted area, won't go down. And draws the foul.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
LeBron James, a couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. Knocks down the first. And he makes them both. Leonard. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. To James. Nothing going here on that drive. James goes to the left side. Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Leonard. Another chance. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Lonzo Ball brings it up the floor. Lets it fly from long range.
That'll be a winning formula in overtime every time. Answer a 2 on one end with a 3 on the other. Ed, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think a 3 is more than a 2, correct?
That is great math, my friend. LeBron into the front court. His guys down 11. To Josh Hart. They get it to Kuzma, down low. Gets it at the top of the key. Ball. Offensive read and a putback slam.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. The lead stands at 9. To Leonard. Rises for the slam.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
For 3, smothering deep.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passes.
To Lowry. Offensive board, working it outside. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending. LBJ has it. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Look, I get it. I've been one of the players who have had these mishaps happen to defensively. There is no worse feeling than the next day in film session watching yourself roam on the island by yourself. Somebody in this particular moment needs to tell you to get your head out of you-know-what to get back in the game.
Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Leonard buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
LeBron with it up top. Down a dozen. To Kyle Kuzma. Pascal Siakam sends it away.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Passed it off. And the rebound comes to Kuzma. Hart to James. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He engulfed him that time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
And that's going to get out of bounds. Off a Laker. It'll stay Raptors basketball. Lowry. and knocks it down. And Jay, the system produces once again.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right. Behind the three-point line.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout. High fives all around. This game is well in hand in the final minute. It's the Raptors with the victory. They've moved ahead 2-1 in this best-of-7 series. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.